Hello, you're watching New Vision TV News. I am Rothina Saji. But before we get into today's business, I want to remind you that the Harvest Money Expo is on this year. The theme is Farming as a Business. It will take place at Nambola Stadium from the 15th of February to 17th February, and entrance fee will be just 10,000 shillings. For those who would love to attend training session, each training session will be 10,000 shillings. So let us meet at Nambole on the 15th day of February this year. Now let's take a look at the news. Before the gunfire died out at Tuesday's Nairobi terrorist attack scene, a big British newspaper published a James Bond-like account of the SAS instructor in Kenya who entered the besieged hotel and shot the terrorists dead. Although Ugandan forces have for a decade been playing a pivotal role in securing the region against Al-Shabab, Kampala has remained modest about this and never brags about it. Now New Vision TV brings you the inside story of how Ugandan counter-terrorism personnel have been helping Kenya keep Al-Shabab at bay over the years.
Before the gunfire died out at Tuesday's Nairobi terrorist attack scene, a big British newspaper published a James Bond-like account of their SAS instructor in Kenya who entered the besieged hotel and shot the terrorists dead. Although Ugandan forces have for a decade been playing a pivotal role in securing the region against Al-Shabaab, Kampala has remained modest about this and never brags about it. Now, New Vision TV brings you the inside story of how Ugandan counter-terrorism personnel have been helping Kenya keep Al-Shabaab at bay over the years. Though the Somali political and military situation is so complex that no external force can fully master it, Ugandan forces operating AMISOM have come close. This makes Uganda's counter-terrorism teams the most effective in containing the Al-Shabaab threat in the region. UPDF went to Somalia in 2007 and the neighbors rely heavily on Ugandan officers in this regard. Now, entering its 12th year of engagement in Somalia, UPDF started off taking territory inch by inch, with even its top commanders operating side by side with the troops in combat, eventually enabling the re-establishment of the state of Somalia. Al-Shabaab reacted by targeting Uganda, ultimately hitting Kampala the devastating blow of the Legogo bombing that claimed over 70 lives in 2010. But the UPDF soldiered on with a small Burundi contingent, and as Somalia became more manageable, more African countries got the courage to also send troops. Uganda, however, acted with restraint and never adopted a vengeful attitude towards Al-Shabaab. Many Al-Shabaab combatants and outright terrorists who were captured were not killed, but were instead treated humanely, sensitized about the value of human life and the senselessness of terror attacks before being released. Some of them transformed. The UPDF continued acting professionally, and Uganda Police Force also started recreating the civil policing function in Somalia. Both the army and police officers of Somalia started undergoing training in Uganda. Besides normalizing the security, UPDF became a provider of health services that had broken down for 2 decades in Mogadishu. Overall, Uganda's security teams helped restore normal life, including business, trade, commerce, and the return of children to school. Though this was not at first openly acknowledged, it gradually sank in both to the public and even the Al-Shabaab that Uganda's operation in Somalia was for everyone's good. And moreover, it was clear that Uganda was not getting any economic benefit from its Somali intervention. This contrasts sharply with Kenyan soldiers who, on entering Somalia, later engaged in economic profiteering centered on Kismayo port. At a regional level, Uganda thus became the lead operator, and its officers have been advising neighbors on anti-terror operations. In particular, Kenya, having a large local Somali population in the northeastern region of Mandera and the densely populated East Laz sector of Nairobi, is very easy to infiltrate by Al-Shabaab. Uganda has thus stationed some covert anti-terror personnel working full-time in Nairobi, with Kenyan security headed by a top counter-terrorism expert at the rank of a 3-star general, but operating under diplomatic cover. They have helped thwart many terror strikes by Al-Shabaab. The biggest strike they averted was most probably one in the last days of Mwai Kibaki's presidency, on the eve of the enactment of Kenya's new constitution that was targeting virtually all Kenya's top political leaders, numbering about 200 who were assembled in one place. Despite some degree of acceptance of Uganda by all players in the Somali field, extremists in Al-Shabab never stopped trying to strike targets in Kampala, and it is relentless vigilance by security that keep them at bay. The vigilance both in Uganda and neighboring countries has to remain high, or more targets will be hit with devastating consequences.
Now some news from the PLE stars. Despite his vision impairments, 12-year-old Davson William Mumbere scored 6 aggregates at Sapulkagwa in Manywanga, Wakiso district. This earned him the top spot amongst his fellow pupils. Now at some point, the vision impairment was so bad that Mumbere lost his sight completely.
When I was sick, I could feel stomach pain, and then I could vomit.
So what do you want to be in future? What do you want to study for?
I want to be a pharmacist.
Oh, why?
Because I want to take PC.
They say lightning does not strike twice in the same place, but this was not true for the young Mumbere, as he was hit by yet another healthy complication, this time low immunity. This has resulted into frequent hospitalization over ulcers, according to his mother, Jane Grace Beer. She also says they still frequent the hospitals.
For like 2 days. Promise to Tinga and Madam.
There is speaking in that process. A sentence kind of favoring and government, the kind of lesson, so to Jarcol, a
sentence to no more call, right? To get treating from Clinic or hospital in Alam.
Now, indeed, the sky is always the limit. Mumbere can now pursue his dreams after this achievement. And in our sports news, he has finished as runner-up into previous CrossFit events. But Daniel Kalunji now feels he has had enough preparations and will gun for first place during the Beast Mode Roy Mubiru Powerlifting and CrossFit Championship at the Satellite Elite Fitness Center in Kisasi on the 26th of January. The CrossFitness workout categories include warm-ups of 50 reps, push-ups, squat jumps, weighted sit-ups, box jump and push-ups, kettlebell ring and clean and jerk that tests one's endurance over a set time. Now Mwanje will face off with Hamza Bukenya, Derek Mwanje, Brian Lubega, Brian Agaba, Eddie Mugera and Mohamed Nigor, among others. Other muscle men who will compete for the lightweight to welterweight in CrossFit and from the lift weight to super heavy in powerlifting include Rebecca Nabanda, Morris Kidende, Vista Chalimpa, Yasin Sereda and Hamid Kayanja. Outstanding athletes will receive nutritional supplements and certificates as prizes on the day. You're still watching New Vision TV, and in our Daily Pearl of Africa series, we look at the Chaninga Lake. Now, this lake is found in Fort Portal town in the western part of Uganda. Lake Chaninga has got a meandering shape with shores guarded by a rainforest that adds shaping to the beauty of the waters. It is not only blessed with the blue waters, but also favored with birds and monkeys. Let's take a look. This is Lake Chaninga, located in Fort Portal town. Now, this lake was formed about 10,000 years ago as a result of intense geological and volcanic activity that shaped the dramatic scenery of the region. It is about 220 meters deep. Through the bushes are tiny footpaths that lead you to this incredibly beautiful lake. Now Lake Chaninga is blessed with so many amazing things, starting with the blue water, great landscape and malls, to mention but a few. The crested cranes are one of the commonest bird species here. They enjoy this place in their peaceful nature. The lodges here, which are called Chaninga lodges, provide good accommodation. The water is bilharzia-free and therefore safe for swimming. Now for more Pearl of Africa stories, visit our website, which is www.newvision.co.ug. Our newspaper, The Sunday Vision, is also another home of adventures, so grab your copy every Sunday for Pearl of Africa stories. That's all I had for you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to catch more news updates and other programs here on New Vision TV by visiting our website, which is www.newvision.co.ug. Follow us on social media. Facebook is The New Vision, Twitter is @NewVisionWire, Instagram is @NewVisionWire, and our YouTube channel is New Vision TV. You can also catch up with me on my Twitter handle. I am Roth the Voice.